Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Siboga TV, which is your number one online political channel. The death of Right Honorable Raila Molo Odinga is a very huge loss to the people of this nation because Raila Amolo Odinga is behind the transformation of the democracy of this nation. And that is actually what I want us to have a candid talk about. But before we dive in and try to dissect all that, I could request you kindly to take a minute and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share the video to your friends. And if your friends are lovers of politics, then it's good to request them for us to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And whenever you subscribe to our YouTube channel, always make sure to hit the notification bell, because by doing that, you will always give YouTube permission to notify you so that you can watch any political content that we upload into YouTube. Now, let us be back to the discussion. How the death of Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga is a great loss to the people of Kenya. As you know, sometimes when death knocks on our doors, you will always find that there are people who will be affected so deeply. There are people who will be affected at the personal level. There are the people who will be affected in their political career. There are people who will get affected because that person is their loved one. And as a country, if that person is influence was enormous, you will also find that the country will hugely be affected. Let us look at Right Honorable Raila Molo Odinga and his family. You will find that there are people who might be choking currently, but they will not know that the person who is dead is a father, is an uncle, is a relative, is an husband of somebody else. And to the family of Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, we can say hii ni pigo kubwa kwa watoto wake, because watoto wake sasa, they will feel the pinch of losing a father. They will feel the pinch, the void that will be created because their father is gone. And that is why you will find that some members in the family, they don't know what to do next because their father was everything. The wife gets so much affected because he has lost a husband. He doesn't know what to do next. Because you will find that in a family, we have different roles. There are roles which will be done by the father, the mother, and the children. But when one person dies, then you will find that the family unit actually get so much affected. And as you know, the Raila family is a patriarchal kind of society. So this loss was a very huge loss to the family. And also, to Oburu Odinga family, this is also a very huge. And that is why you have seen Oburu Odinga breaking down, because this was the brother he has always known. This is a brother, the way Oburu Odinga has said, that Raila Amolo Odinga was not just a brother, he was a friend, he was a advisor, he was the person who he could lean on. So the Odinga family in large, they are experiencing a very huge loss. And that is why you will find that in that family, now they are affected. There is going to be created a void that nobody will ever fill that void. Let us also look at the Luo community. how the people loved Light Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. They say Baba was like air to them. Baba was like food to them. If Baba could say left, you will find that the Luo community will head towards left. If Baba could say this thing is not good for the community will hail and say, Baba has said. So the Luo community, as by now, is actually injured. It is rimping. The community is rimping because of the loss of Light Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. And that is why the community at large, they feel that the shoe which has been left behind by their leader, Light Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, it's going to be very difficult to get a person who can fit in those shoes. And as you know, there is no person who can fit on other person's shoe, and more so, the shoe of leadership. So the Luo community is deeply affected. The person who has been making the Luo community to move forward as a unity, to move forward in harmony, is gone. And now it will take time for the Luo to get such a kind of a community. And that is why we are saying that the loss of Light Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga is so huge. That loss is so huge, so enormous, that everybody within the Luo community is feeling the pinch. And that is why you have found people pouring to the streets. People crying as if the person who has died is the person who is really a brother to them. You'll find a person crying, a person who has never even shook hand with Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. That person is crying terribly because he had known Raila Amolo Odinga as a leader of a community. And they have identified themselves to that person in leadership. So the loss of Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga is such a great loss to the community of the Luo Nyanza in general. And as we go on the upper part of the society of Kenya as a community, of Kenya as a nation, nobody doesn't know the achievements of Light Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Everybody feel that Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga had done something great for this nation. And that is why when we come into the national level, people are crying. People feeling the loss from every part of the republic. People are streaming to Bondo. Why? People have felt the loss. People are feeling that this man was a good man. He was a man of the people. Very many religious congregations, they say this was a man who Kenya deserved. And that is why you will find that many religious leaders are actually identifying themselves with Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Religious leaders in the Anglican Church, they have identified themselves with Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. The leadership of the Catholic Church have also identified themselves with Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. The Pentecostal Church, they have also done the same. So in the national level, the contributions of Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga is felt, because every person remember that Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga contributed greatly in democracy of this nation. It is Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga who was on the trenches. They were championing for multi-party democracy. They were beaten like kids. They were taken to prison, but for one purpose, that they could make Kenya a multi-party state. And that is why During the Moi era, when we had one multi-party state, a unitary, a kind of unitary state, where we had KANU, and the KANU was everything. KANU was Mama, KANU was Paba, and the president was extremely powerful. Any voice from the president was just a law. The president can come and tell you, I want your land, and that is it. But the likes of Raila Amolo Odinga, they saw that as dictatorship. They saw that Kenyans deserves better than that. And that is why they went to the trenches. They could fight physically, spiritually, psychologically, until they made Kenya to be a multi-party state. They made the late president, Daniel Dorotich Arap Moi, to come into realization that he must repeal Section 2A. And that created a new dawn for this republic. We started having multi-party democracy. And that is why you will find people, they say, Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga is the father of democracy. He shaped this nation to a democratic state. And that never ended there. It is Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga who went forward and said, we need to have a new constitution. Multi-party democracy is not enough because still the president is very strong. With multi-party democracy, we cannot achieve much. And Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga started that fight towards second liberation. They said that we must have a new constitution, a constitution that gives the people the power they deserve, the power they should hold. And as you know, Raila was quite instrumental to the delivery of our new constitution. The constitution that is very well elaborate. The constitution that gives the freedom the people needs. The constitution which makes people to be supreme, which makes people to hold power, to exercise power at any time. And today we are enjoying the power that we have. Today we are enjoying the rights that we have. We have the right of expression, the right to speech, the right to live, the right to healthcare, the right to what we call education. And it is Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga who actually helped us to achieve that. And that is why we say Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga is very instrumental to the growth of this nation. And that never ended. Raila Amolo Odinga has actually been fighting on to liberate this nation even more. He has recently been speaking that what is happening in our nation about abduction must stop. People should not be abducted. And Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga said that that must stop. And this might also be a bit confrontational. When Right Honorable saw the agencies have come out, and he foresaw the evil which that revolution can bring. Because as he says that this country was very close to be handed to the military. And once a country is handed to the military, all the gains will get lost. And that is why he joins hands with President William Samoei Arap Ruto. And this has been quite something people have been debating about. There are people who agree with a broad-based government, and there are people who disagree with it completely. And they believe that Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga betrayed the people. But Raila has always been saying that at one moment, people will know what he did, that he stood for Kenya. So in a nutshell, we can say Raila's contribution to this nation is very enormous. His legacy is felt. His legacy will still stand. And as we will lead Raila Amolo Odinga today, many people are wondering, will we get a leader who is comparable to Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, who will champion the national discourse, who will stand against dictatorship, who will stand against corruption, who will stand against bad governance? That is the big question that people are asking themselves. But as I have said in a nutshell, Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga has actually been so much instrumental to the well-being of this nation. And that is why his legacy will always stand. And hence, the loss of Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga is quite huge. And Kenya is experiencing that huge loss. What do you have to say about the life and the contributions of Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga in our democratic space? Please drop your comment in the comment section below. And if this is your first time to bump into this YouTube channel, I request you kindly to take a minute and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share the video to your friends. And if your friends are lovers of politics, then it's good to request them for us to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And whenever you subscribe to our YouTube channel, always make sure to hit the notification bell. Because by doing that, you will give YouTube permission to notify you so that you can watch any political content that we upload into YouTube. And for those ones who have actually subscribed to our YouTube channel, I say thank you so much. May God bless you, because you always give us the inspiration to continue coming up with this kind of political analysis. And with that, I say thank you until we meet in our next political conversation. Goodbye.